Alrighty. Hey, what's up? I'm your nosy neighbor lady. This your nosy neighbor lady show. On this episode, we actually are going to be talking about Miss Sierra Jamison. She was a 30-year-old phlebotomist, a black woman who was killed at the hands of her boyfriend. He was 63. His name was Lawrence Curtis Boyle. And this happened in Chicago. And the most ironic thing about this woman's death is that we definitely want to send condolences to her family. Definitely want to thank the time that her family and friends did have to enjoy her in her life. And we want to just send love and healing. And we know that over here on the Nosy Neighbor Lady Show, healing does not come overnight, if ever. But you just learn how to cope with these things, and just sending love to her mom, who found her in a garage after Mr. Boyle strangled her. She had a 6-year-old son with autism who just had heart surgery. But the ironic part is, as I was saying, is that she went on CBS News in Chicago because she was a part of a carjacking. And she expressed in this video that she was not going to let somebody take something she worked so hard for away from her. And a group of black women helped her fend off this carjacker who held her at knife point. And she spoke about how hard she worked, and she spoke about black women's empowerment in that interview. And it's so sad and ironic that she had to die this way after experiencing black women working together for a common goal. And it just really hurts my heart that she passed away. But the craziest thing is that we are going through a time where black women are finally taking these rose-colored lenses off and are forced to accept that black women's biggest predators are black men, or men you love, or spouses, or lovers, or so-called friends. But okay, yeah, we covered that. It's just so beautiful that black women helped her fight him off. And even though we talk about black women hate and black women way we treat each other, it's good to know that black women somewhere is supporting black women, or caring about black women, or coming to black women's aid when no one else is coming. But what happened was the brother she was supposed to move her car out of a garage, and her brother, into the garage, and somehow or some way the apartment place or whatever, wherever she lived is made, she had to go through an alley to get to the garage. And there was Mr. Boyle waiting on her, whether this was a planned encounter or a chance that he was really waiting on her to hurt her. We don't know. The articles did not specify. I read about 3 articles. And when she went to move her car, she never came back. But the boy, I don't know how old this boy is, and we know black men, how they roll. So he went down there. He saw the man getting in her car. The man said he had her phone because she threw the phone at him, and told the brother she went to the store. How she go to the store without her car, I don't know. Ain't too many people with cars choosing to walk to the store. So the mama, after he went back and told the mama knew something wasn't right and didn't sound right. So she went back to the garage, found her daughter under a tarp. The man strangled her and covered her with a tarp, and took her car and her phone, and the son let him. Anyway, he then called his ex-wife and confessed over the phone to his ex-wife. He was charged with first-degree murder. He thought she had a gun. And it's just like, then they commenced to say he thought she had a gun, but when he saw she didn't have a gun, he kept strangling her anyway. And he met this woman 10 years ago. So she was 20 when he met him. So he was 53 when he met her. And we know the predatory behaviors of black men in Blackistan, so we're not going to play that joke. And the auntie said she was comfortable around him, trusted him, and had no reason to fear him. This is often black women's stories. Black women are very comfortable around their biggest predators, not knowing the destruction and chaos that are in their minds, not knowing that if he divorced his wife, this young lady was his next meal ticket. Was she willing to be that meal ticket? What was they arguing about that day? Was this pre-planned? It had to be pre-planned if they charged him with first-degree murder. Why he take her off the earth? I'm assuming. Whatever it was that he was wanting that his ex-wife do, she didn't want to do. Just don't know how to control their feelings, then ruin all the relationships in their lives as black men do with quality black women, and get mad later when it's the coldest winter ever and they lonely and nobody wants them because they never invested in any family they make. Never invested in no relationships in their lives. And then that anger and that hatred is then taken out on black women who don't deserve it. But when black women are choosing to be around these men talking about love and liking, you will be a victim of violence. And it's really sad and it's really scary because as a creator who does this kind of content, I fear that something like this will happen to me. And it would just be ironic. That's why no matter what I feel, if I want to see a black guy or be with black, I can't. That's a deadly situation. But she just had a birthday in August. Mr. Boyle was arrested 2 days later. And her mom said, I can't wrap my mind around it, seeing her in a garage like that, and I'm really hurting now. I want this man to be arrested. I want him to go to jail for life. And hopefully he do go to jail for life. But we know, here on the Nosy Neighbor Lady Show, that black women have protested and wanted to keep men out of jail. So and then they also say on average, when people are serving terms for 25 years, which is life, I believe. Life is 25 years, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. But on average, they usually spend 17 years in jail. On average. So, and we don't know if he'll actually be in jail or stay in jail. We live in a time where you really don't know. Black women have marched to keep black men out of jail and have marched and cranked racism, and the justice system is not right and the justice system is racist. So black women are really not getting justice, but it's because black women didn't want justice from their biggest predators. And it's just so sad that Sierra had to lose her life like this. And they said they was friends for years, but finally decided to get in a relationship. And a lot of times women don't know that when y'all is hoping and wishing and praying up on somebody else's man, you know, there's things that come along with that. That woman don't want him for a reason. I want to stay out there fighting. That woman did not want him for a reason. When y'all hoping and wishing and praying somebody come be with you and leave her, they wife or they woman, you just taking on another woman's problems and issues, honey. Ain't nothing there. Nothing there. The only thing I could suspect is that man was hoping she was his retirement plan or his next meal ticket, and she wasn't going for it. Because she was still a beautiful young lady and might have found somebody else she liked. But if he had time to get in her car or take her car or whatever, he might have didn't even have a car. And for that auntie to say she trusted him and all this, whether it was true or false, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said this man is sick and he needs to be punished. Not sick like mental, but he's a psychopath with the intent to kill. He's a menace to society. And black women think that this shit is nothing. We look at these stories and don't think it can happen to us. And that's the problem. That's the problem. So we just sending condolences to this family, and To all the black women who are losing their lives at the hands of lovers and spouses and people they love and don't know that this is a horrible, dangerous time to be talking about love and liking a black man. And that's just the reality of it. If he don't have nothing to show for, if he don't, well, it's not if, because something in their mind and their hatred against women, it's inevitable that you're gonna hurt, grieve, and mourn or lose your life. It's inevitable at this point. The numbers don't lie, the stories don't lie, and the streets don't lie. And all this stuff that's going on, no black woman is exempt. I don't care if you like tall, short, fat, skinny, money, no money, kids, no kids. At this point, it's life or death situation. So I want you to stay innovative and creative, and I want you to stay beautiful and wonderful, you, and I will see you next time. And enjoy your weekend.